Welcome back to Savvy Seniors. Today, we're talking to senior volunteers in our community who are helping other seniors and other people too. Today, we're lucky enough to have O'Neill Edwards from the Compassion Society, and Patricia Borelli is their prize volunteer. So O'Neill, we're going to start with you. Can you, if nobody's ever heard about the Compassion Society, can you tell us what it is, please?
You know what? Truly, the name Compassion is what we're about. Compassion Society of Halton has been around for over 23 years. What we do, we provide food, clothing for individuals that are living below the poverty line, and we follow up with that to really sort of support those families so that they can take items both in the clothing section and our food section so that no one goes hungry. You know, it's been unbelievable the effect on it. Over the last 2 years, we've seen well over 36,000 individuals, and that's not even including their families.
And that's Halton.
And
that's just Halton.
Yeah.
So you've just moved to a big location too.
Yes, you know, with the passion that volunteers and our donors, we've been able to increase our footprint size, but that also says something. If we're increasing and the demand is so much, that means there's a lot more people in need. And in Halton, it is hidden. You know, we understand that sometimes we got to do the smaller things. We have special markets on the holiday season, Mother's Day, Father's Day, to really make sure there is a sense of dignity to the clients that we have, that they also can partake in some of these special events which we gather our families around, and it's meaningful.
Oh, that's great. How do people find out about you, and how do they sign up? Because I understand there's a process. I can't just walk in the door and ask for food or clothes. I would have to sign up. It's a process.
Yeah, we do have a client manager that will assess the new participant that comes in. Our goal, though, is not to turn anybody away, but if they don't fit our criteria, is to find another space where they can go and get what they need for their particular family's needs.
Okay. How can we as a community support you?
Oh, you know, like, it's really important because we're all part of a community, and to be able to come on our website, you know, and Compassion Society, .com, and you'll be able to find us to be able to donate or get involved and volunteer. We are a volunteer-run organization. We have 4 employees, and the rest of it is all volunteers, and we could not do it without it.
That's incredible. How many volunteers do you have?
165 volunteers that are active right now.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Now, how many days a week are you open? I know there's specific hours.
Yeah, so we're open Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays for our clients. We are there on the Tuesdays and Thursdays, but that is to sort of do all the administrative work behind the scenes that is needed to run an operation of this scale.
Fabulous. So talking about who does all the work, that's the volunteers, and you would be one of them, wouldn't you, Patricia?
I certainly am one of them.
How long have you been volunteering at the Compassion Society?
I've been there for 8 years.
8 years, that's amazing.
Absolutely.
So,
and I've done many, many jobs. I'd say most of them.
Really? Okay. So you can be the next executive director. Sorry, O'Neill. So tell me what you do.
Right now, what I do is I go in on Wednesdays and on Fridays.
Okay.
Wednesday mornings, I'm there early. I open up, and Food for Life appears. Their truck appears, and myself and other volunteers get all kinds of produce and frozen goods off the truck. We average about 1,700 pounds of food. Then we go through it. We have some volunteers putting it in fridges and freezers. I am in charge of produce. So all the produce is taken off, and then we bag it and put it out for our clients that come in around 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So it's all ready for them.
Okay. Do you have the same clients every week?
We have the same clients. They change up. Some, finally get their feet on the ground and they don't need us anymore, which is a good thing.
I like to hear that.
Yeah, and we have new Canadians. Yes, we do, so I do. The nice thing is they come in and say, "Hi, Pat, how are you?" And there's always a conversation that goes on. So Wednesday evenings I'm there and I do intake. So when they come in and they give me their client number, we write down, how many people are in the family.
Okay.
And then I send them off to the client assists who take them and help them choose their food for the week. They're allowed to choose food once a week and clothing twice a month.
So Pat, if a family comes in, how would you walk them through the experience?
Well, they come up, and we always have, exchange pleasantries. They, especially if it's someone I know, ask about them. And then I'll ask, are you here for food? Are you here for clothing? Are you here for both? And they'll tell me, and I enter everything on the computer. So then I'll say to them, this week we had the fall market. So I say to them, now I want to remind you that when you're finished getting your food and your clothing, please go next door because the fall market is running. The fall market I worked on also, so these are all donated new items. We have toys for children. We've got all kinds of stuff for women and men, teenagers, and we also have jewelry that they can choose from, and they had Christmas decorations. So once they come in, I will then send them off to a client assist who takes them down. They choose their canned goods, they choose their produce, they choose their meat. There's bread that's donated by Cobb's, kindly donated by Cobb's. So they get, usually when they leave, their baskets are pretty full. Their push carts are pretty full.
And I love that they can choose what they want.
Absolutely, absolutely.
That's amazing.
And then I'll say to them, now go next door, and they're always so thrilled to go next door and choose these beautiful gifts that are donated. We have the Christmas market coming up, so we're getting ready for that. And that is another biggie where again they come in, and according to, we take a look, and they have 3 children, they can choose 3 gifts for children at different ages. They can choose, man, woman. Yeah, that's the way we do it. So they're always so very happy when they leave.
Yeah. Yeah. What keeps you going on? I guess you just answered that question.
You know what? It brings me such joy. I can't tell you the joy that it brings me. It gives me a purpose. I taught for 37 years, and I loved every minute of teaching. And when I retired, it took me a long time to find the right place to volunteer. And I went to a function, and I remember them giving the Compassion Society a check and thinking, this is for me. I went in for an interview, and I have never looked back.
8
I have
years.
met most wonderful people that I will ever meet, both as clients, volunteers,
Aww. That's so
our
sweet.
director. Yes, it's wonderful. It brings me such joy.
And I love it that it's local. It's right here in Burlington. It's right in Aldershot. So those checks, think about those checks for the Compassion Society.
Yes, it doesn't have to be just food, and we are low right now because, people forget. Christmas is always busy, but then, our bank gets really low. So checks are always, when we don't have enough food in the fridge, we will take money, and then I will go out with another volunteer and get milk, cheese, eggs. So we, boost everything. Anything that is donated goes out to the clients. Yeah.
So thanks so much for joining us today. It is wonderful what you do, and I'm so proud that you're here in Burlington. Don't go away. We'll be right back with another senior volunteer in our community. Thanks so much for joining us today.